Hello YouTube and welcome to the start of a brand new Let's Play for Civilization 6. I am the Game Mechanic. You may or may not know that. Hello, nice to meet you if not. We're playing Scythia. This is a alternate Jersey Scythia. This is one of our salty runbacks. We had a failed attempt at her during our marathon, and probably a game I gave up on a little bit too early, but that's okay. This is our opening roll, and it looks pretty darn good. Lots of hills, which can be a challenge for Scythia. This is a Pangea map with balanced and abundant resources. The age is normal, though, so the amount of hills that we're seeing in the opening here, pretty exciting. We've got pearls in our opener. We've got probably a settle in place, and then a 2-2-1 tile to work alongside a 2-2 base. We do have one pasture over here, although I don't get very excited about kurgans, but if you do, that is all right. First thing we'll do, I think we're going to explore inland. I think that it would be maybe interesting to come and check out the coast, but I think our odds of finding city-states and other people are going to be inland. So let's go ahead and take this move first. We see more coast. Use your number keys while exploring, especially early on. 3 I use often for appeal, but 4 is your settler lens, and that can help you deduce information as far as neighbors, the types of land we may or may not be encountering. Things like that. So coast there. So maybe we need to either go southwest or northeast. I haven't seen anything here that wants me to change my mind. Notice all the flatland. Scythia very oddly has like a flatland bias. And so while there may be a bunch of horses on here, and that will certainly make this fine, be careful about where you settle. More 2-2s. Our capital looks quite good. Definitely want to start with a scout. We need to find our neighbors so we can kill them. We are playing on both dramatic ages and secret societies. So dramatic ages can be pretty punishing. This I think is this my first one for? I think this might be my first dramatic ages game for YouTube. I don't remember. But it can be very punishing. If we go into a dark age, we'll lose cities. But having an army and doing a war-based game helps mitigate sort of some of the pain that you can experience on this particular mode. We'll be talking a lot about governments and governors. We are playing on secret societies and dramatic ages, as I mentioned. So we could be looking at Scythian vampires, but we don't have to. And we'll certainly go with animal husbandry first. There's an argument to actually go towards your encampment first, but I think finding horses is too key for what we're trying to do as Scythia. And we're going to talk a lot. I'm going to try to over-explain a lot of what goes into making a classical era war happen. I've gotten a lot of feedback lately from chat that people struggle to get going sometimes on early base domination and domination in general. So I'm going to do my best to kind of roll this slowly and explain each and every thought I have and decision that we make. I think because in most cases, early war, the reason I'm going animal husbandry here is in most cases in early war, what I want to be warring with is swords anyways. Swords plus battering rams is a really effective way to take out your neighbor early on. But because we get double swords, I think finding this and getting it improved fairly early on will be good. And we want to inform our next decision as far as where to settle. I don't want to go explore this coast. It's not really going to profit us too much. I'd much rather continue exploring up the coast. And by doing so, we find ourselves a goodie hut. Gord the Jedi, thank you for the follow. My notifications are Baroque today. So sorry about that. Streamlabs struggling yet again. All right, so we get invited to our first secret society here. That gives us Void Singers. Void Singer is a great cultural or faith-based society to belong to. I don't think that's what we want to be doing with our game. I'm looking at frankly, any of the other 3. And we are out of movement. I want to move up onto these hills next turn, so there's no point in moving backwards. So early governors. Timing matters a lot in early wars. Basically, your strategies are get to your encampment, get that down. Basically, go for 2 to 3 cities, get your encampment down, and frankly time the general that you're going to get with this with political philosophy. Oligarchy gives us 4 combat strength to land, melee, anti-cav, and naval melee units, and then also extra XP. So the combination of that 4 combat strength, the 5 from the general, and then frankly your first strategic unit, whether it's horses or swords, that timing is usually good enough to at least get into a war and hopefully take out your neighbor entirely. So your ability to get here matters a lot. So early governors in a war-based game, you could absolutely look at like a victor. Embrasure is quite good. Units starting with a free promotion is quite good. Accumulating extra strategic resources is quite good. But I really think that early Pangea, because the timing matters so much, science to get to ironworking and horseback riding, culture to get to oligarchy and military tradition for strategos, and the combat flanking and support bonuses. I think early Pangea just trumps any other of these other governors, right? We will get 15% extra science and culture, and then we can use these promotions to great effect, frankly, because we're not going to be expanding our empire too much and losing population in the cap. So grabbing Pangea is pretty typical. You might think you want to go for like extra gold out of Reina, or like the Victor thing, but I would delay that, especially in secret societies, and grab Pangea pretty much right away. What type of game is Pangea not good? I mean, that's yeah, good. Exactly. Pangea is always good. So more coast. We're sort of seeing the lay of the land over here. No city-states that we can tell quite yet. And then, I mean, normally I would look at pyramids here, but because of the way that they've changed pyramids now, it is very, very difficult, and I think virtually impossible unless you have a spot for it in your opening cap. We also reveal some sugar, so yeah, three plantations as far as our strategics on our luxuries on our opening continent here. So the culture from plantations intensifies. As far as Pantheon choices, we're already pop 2 over here. As I mentioned, working 2 good tiles, expanding to ones that we don't want. So we certainly might want to look to buy these two tiles. We're going to get the stone, the olives, the other stone before we get any additional tiles. So unless I get a builder early on, we're probably going to look to buy one of these 2/2s so that we don't have bad production.
Au nom du peuple canadien, bienvenue. Je suis le Premier ministre.
And it seems that we've found our first victim. It's Canada. Note that we cannot declare surprise wars on Canada. So no stealing settlers for us, but we know we're going to build towards domination anyways. And so I think it is going to work out just fine. Maybe we can still get a second city up here. There's our 4th luxury. It's salt. It's a bummer that he's right here. It's going to fight us on first meets and goody huts. So this scout going south is probably our best bet to find those things and get our era score. Remember that we do not want to go into a dark age at any point in this game. Normally, I'm a big fan of double scout, but I only want 1 extra city here, I think, before we start to economize and get ready for war. This is a fine place to settle. We're seeing a big flat desert, but there are a reasonable amount of tiles, and then frankly, we'll at least know where some horses are. So I think starting on a settler right away here is fine, rather than the second scout, because I already know which way to point my BB gun, as it were. Looks like they've got a barb camp that they're already dealing with here. I told you they were going to fight us on first meets, and indeed they did. Train a spearman is not a hard task, though. What's a bummer here is he already has Amani, and so he's going to have them as an ally in whatever war we get involved in. How do luxuries get divided by region? Each continent will have 4 luxuries, and the luxuries are only useful for the first copy. First copy of a luxury gives you 4 amenities to 4, or 1 amenity to 4 different cities. So 4 total amenities. Alternate jersey. Georgia, Japan, Ottoman, and Scotland are the other civs with white jerseys. Which one of those 4 would I hate to be in this game? Ottoman would be the toughest, I think. Ah, soccer ban. That's very nice of you. Volcano. And a goodie hut. All right, so we've got a barb camp to clear. That could get us invited to vampires, which might be a thing. We'll see. Oops. Just clicked that. Didn't mean to. All right, so let's go ahead. 2 turns till we find horses. Pog. Pog, pog, pog. So that is pretty exciting. That gets us a relic, giving us some tourism and faith. It's just a nice thing to grab here. And we are going to get a really fast Pantheon now. We might be able to get the settler one. We'll see. We should be fairly early on to Pantheons. Oh.
Several closely situated
Very exciting.
resembling tiger's teeth, dramatically
Very
soared about
exciting.
a kilometer into the sky.
An excellent wonder to have. Look at these tiles already. So I want my second city ideally to be down here. Maybe we do want that settler Pantheon. We do have another governor promotion. And this is the point where I think grabbing extra culture is our best bet. Again, we want to get to oligarchy at a reasonable amount of time. We could look to join Owls. Owls is quite good. This is an economic policy slot. We wouldn't get any use out of it quite yet, but this would be a fine society for us to join in the long run. That being said, I'm still going to grab Connoisseur here for the extra culture. There we go. Pretty big deal. Oh, and we met, I almost missed it. We met Venice. And it's a first meet here, too. This is back up to 2 gold. That was recently changed again. So Venice gives us the suzerain bonus is your trade routes to foreign cities earn 1 extra gold for each luxury resource at the destination. Sturm, what's your question? I keep forgetting to change that thing. So they did indeed clear whatever camp is there. Ooh, another goodie hut. This scout is super scout. Super scout potential. Owls or Vamps be better with Matthias? Just depends on the game and what you're trying to do. So horses up there. We do have horses here. So the mighty Kurgan, if we want to place it in there, we would give up a potential lumber mill. We would gain a chop, and we would create a 2 food, 2 faith, and 1 gold tile. Which, for my money, not exciting. So I guess we can settle this with our 3rd city. I still think I'm incentivized to go towards where we're going to war. It's a nice city over here, 2-ish. And yeah, we need to find iron now because we do have a little bit of horses. Maybe we can get some more. Maybe we wind up settling the sugar. Yeah, we'll settle this later, I think. We'll see. Depends what the Pantheon we go for is. So I do want to go find iron now. We'll do that before archery. How many cities do you recommend in war games? I recommend trying to get 2 to 3 down as quickly as you can. Depends who you are and what you're trying to do. All right, so I can grab, I could grab Barb promo here. I don't think I need to. I can grab Survey for this Goody Hut and then hopefully get a Super Scout. I don't need God King. We already have 5 faith per turn, so Urban Planning is our choice here. We get a little extra gold, and we are Zone of Controlled. If you don't know what this means, it may have looked to you like we could finish our turn down here, right? And that is not the case once we've moved next to a hostile melee unit. So even though I have an extra movement, I cannot move away. And this is a concept called Zone of Control, and it matters quite a bit for war games. Surrey, thank you so much for the 15 months. Welcome back with that Prime. Murtic and Crazy Cabbage, thank you for the follows. Welcome in. Again, sorry I'm late to thanking people today. My notifications, they know work. They know work. I would love to send out a War Road. And so I think I'm going to go Foreign Trade here over Craftsman. So he's got his second city there-ish. Is there any choice to make about going tall versus wide? Typical number of cities in tall and wide in Civ 6 nowadays. I would say 4 to 8 cities would be pushing it on the tall side, and then anything more than like 10 is typical / wide. But basically, Civ 6 is a game that rewards you for going wide. Okay. So a thing just happened that we talked about. We ran out of effective tiles to work, although we gained the horses, so this is still a 4-yield tile. So I might not need to spend this on a tile buy. And frankly, once we're at mining, I'll be able to improve horses and the stone. And because of our extra gold and our extra gold per turn, I think I'm just going to save for a builder and buy that. Another Goody Hut. Very nice. Hey, Quixotic. Free Liberty, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. So some more horses. Yeah, I think I'll buy that builder. We're gonna lose this pop in 3 turns anyways, so I don't think it's actually gonna be worth it to buy the 2/2. Okay, Pantheon time. I don't want to grab this because it could be the inspiration for mysticism, and we're going to get that anyways. So now we get to look. All 3 of these are available, which is a sign that we've gotten here early. God of the Forge is here. And the Seller's here. Well, we already have Animal Husbandry, so the builder, once we're here, can do multiple things. So pretty interesting. As I mentioned, plantations looks decent. And getting extra culture is certainly a thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 eventually. So that's an option. We could go culture from pastures. Be 1, 2, 3. So it just kind of looks worse. I think God of the Forge is interesting, but we already have double horses, right? So I don't think we'll actually need that. I like the settler here. We've got decent places to settle. I do have to worry about these barbarians, but perhaps our scout can finish this, come back, and escort our settler. Or we could just send both of our settlers north. I think that's a reasonable play as well. It's an interesting coastal here with a +4 harbor. I think I like the settler. I just so rarely get to pick this anymore. The AI really gobbles up this choice early on. Craftsman is certainly good too, and a decent default for a lot of different war games. Just extra production and faith on strategics, which ideally we have, is a decent. I actually prefer it to God of the Forge in most situations, because this you'll get for the rest of the game versus this will. This is more powerful but lasts a shorter amount of time. A filthy normie Hansi, thank you for the follows. And Imperator, welcome back for 32 months. Dude, 32 months. That's a crazy amount of time. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I think the Settler is good. Again, we never get to pick it. And it seems like it is a decent choice for us here. So there's our mysticism. Now we can grab this. And there's our next scout. So we have an escort. Okay. So settling Tomyris is an interesting idea. Not only is it going to give us a decent city, it's also going to give us era score depending on where we land the settler, right? That being said, we can get there anytime. I think maybe these two come up. Where do we want this city? I thought for sure we'd have more horses in this area, and we definitely don't. I could see just maybe going here or here. Yeah, we finished up. Well, we got as far in the game as we wanted to go. Quixotic, basically. Those owls were crazy, and I just got the Harry Potter reference. I had to say it out loud first. We could sign up for a bad Petra City, and in the long run, we might get some extra like strategics here. Double salt Petra City. We have a tile improvement. I could also see just doing this. I'm looking at the harbor here, thinking about it. Could also have a bad Petra over here. I think these two... I'm settling this area for sure. So I'm going to head north. How badly am I looking for campus locations? I mean, we'll get there with campuses. We've got a mountain to build double around and maybe like a government plaza there. We'll see what happens. I'm not looking for... I'm more interested in strategics at the moment, but obviously in the long run, we will indeed want some science. Science is good. Don't like this. I can try to block it. Yeah, I want to... Because this is a good campus already, right? This is +2. This is a +3 even. I think I want to try to block this. I don't want to buy the slinger. I really want that builder. And sadly, I'm going to start to bring this warrior back for potentially this problem. All right, let's not overshoot this. We may still yet find a second continent. Notable that we will want plantation tech somewhat early here for the gold that it will give us. Ooh. All right. So then do we settle this hill? Or do I just settle this? I think I settle right here. You guys like the hill more? What's up, Red? Red, how you doing? So I'm going to take the attack here first. We healed because we killed it. Okay. I forgot about our healing. Sweet mother of pearl. Abundant resources for the win. I think I like the hill settle. Do I? Do I?
Who deserves more credit?
All right. That gives us as much information as we're going to get this turn. This is all kind of rubbish, right? It's just not really worth settling this area. So settling in place, our third ring goes all the way to the rice. We pick up some okay stuff. We kind of share a little bit with the cap, but not in a meaningful way. If we move here, we actually pick up some decent stuff. I think I like the hill. I like the hill from a defense standpoint, too. Like, what if he comes and decides to be the aggressor? Here for the sugar? Yeah, there's something to be said for that. And the farmland that we would get there. What I don't like about that is, like, where's the encampment go? I guess here? Versus here, I think the encampment can go, like, on one of these two and, like, get us started on this side of the river a little bit better. Laugie, thank you so much for the 6 months. I appreciate you very, very much. I will try to remember to nuke the lake. I will try. Yeah, I think I like the hill. Okay, I guess I don't need to buy this builder. And we have a Super Scout already. What I mean by Super Scout is Alpine plus Ranger. And so this Scout is going to be able to get around incredible mobility and hopefully continue to give us era score, which is something that we're very much interested in Dramatic Ages. You could certainly push for ambush. I don't find that Scouts, even with extra 20 combat strength, matter too much in the deity like play style. So I'm a bigger fan of this. We see some Tundra down here as well. So now our horses are online. We improve the tile and then also start generating the strategic resources. Craftsmanship, we're actually we're going to be able to boost now. Go here, get this. Actually, I don't have a third tile to improve, do I? Could go improve that for some gold. We shall see. All right, so we have a 2-2 base, and we have a 1-4 tile to start with. That is quite all right with me. I want to start with a monument. Oh, I have both of these now. I'm scared of Nazca. I don't want to settle too close to Nazca until this war is done, to be honest. They could cause us some problems for sure. I think we go settle the Wonder. We've got our warrior coming along to escort. And we'll just figure out where we're gonna settle there. Whoa. What was that? Alright, so this is almost totally dead. Nox, how's it going? Mostly for the Eureka here. The Eurekas we're getting. So no second continent. It looks like we're going to have to hard tech foreign trade. That happens sometimes, especially when we have extra culture, which we do. Do I want another scout to go this way? Also, I missed whatever question was asked with points. So we should refund that. Second monument, perhaps? Get our culture cooking. Slinger I could see. I think I'm going to buy a slinger. Because now I don't need to buy this builder. So I think I'll build the monument and buy this slinger. Canada has desert folklore. Okay. Hey, Kirk. How you doing? I'm glad. I was like, this is probably a waste. That's actually quite nice, because we are on our way there, and there's no guarantee that we're actually going to kill all these. Although I've killed one scout already. There was Peppermint. So where's the city go? Tomyris is excellent. It doubles the terrain yields to adjacent tiles, so you can see some ridiculous tiles here. The sugar's not good. This is not in the question, because it won't give us the Eureka for settling it, and that's a big part of why I'm headed this way. The rice I could see. I could also see next to the rice. Like, we do get all the tiles then. I only need one city in this area, though, so I actually think I might go settle here. It'll give us the era score. We'll just start with a really good tile. It's not much of a harbor, but that's not going to happen for a long time. Yeah, there's something to be said for down here and do, like, the bad Petra play. It's also got a decent campus here. Maybe it is just this. But I miss out on Torres tiles then, right? Because I can't get to this side of it. Remember how I was like, now he can't, he has to denounce me first, so we don't have to be nervous until he does that. You do get era score for settling the desert, yeah. All right, let's go scout him a bit here. Man, I don't know. Don't know. This land is not great. Probably not worth settling. Oh, you arrogant Canadian, you just flaunting your builder, just not even worried about losing it. All right, I'm only doing this basically for the Eureka. So we're going to bring this guy out, but then we can move here and hit him with the sword. So we're going to take some damage, but it'll be okay.
Skill without him.
Watch the river flood. Oh boy, we've got this now too. Okay. You're working on what? Holy site? Any reason to settle the rainforest over the rice? So if we settle the rice, we get more dead tiles in the sea. Whereas if we settle the rainforest, we pick up a couple more land tiles, including a luxury. So that would be my logic there. I do want discipline. I could have taken that before the attack. Whoops. Because now we have barbs to contend with. What tiles are we working? 1, 2, 3. That's fine. You're still just working that. There's his third city. It depends. This was like our first roll, Mark. Yeah, we found a relic. This has been a pretty good one. Pretty good start. I'm going to go ahead and take out that scout. We heal for it regardless. Barbs, we just triggered, so we're going to need some archers to handle this, but we have 4 turns till the iron reveal, which is a pretty big deal. Really? Why do you got to build a holy site there? Why? Don't do that. Not worth. I can't believe there are 2 wonders on our continent here. It's kind of exciting. All right, we've got barb issues, so a couple slingers would be nice. Just going to take that now. Hey, there's our vampire invite. So we could be vampires if we want. I think I just want the science on Pangea. So it's turn 24. Our next major goal is to obviously clear this camp, but then also get to our general and oligarchy. It's good timing on the vampire, I agree, because we could grab it in the cap here. Yeah, I think the science is really valuable. So we're going to grab that. So we're up to 8 and 8-ish. Great Bath, not to Canada. I think I'm happy with this settle right here. It's not the greatest for districts, but we'll be able to get a harbor and something else if we want to. We can get a +1 campus if we want to next to the volcano, which is not a great idea. But this city could be good for gold, like a double plantation, triple plantations, you know, the pearls. It's a little unexciting, but I think this is the settle. So we're only looking for 2 more era score. This also gives us a coastal city. Should we need a galley or 2 to help maybe take out Winnipeg or something like that. We also start with outstanding tiles. The 2-5 I think I'm down with. 2-5 seems good to me. And we'll start with a monument. No need to work the food at all here. There are only 3 total housing at the moment. Most unexciting 2-5 tile. Yeah, I know. I know. Super Scout just jumping over there. No problem. We are going to get an encampment. So maybe it's time to just commit to our hard tech. Am I going to put another city down here eventually? Nah, probably not. There won't be time. We'll be warring.
Bronze is that's the positive.
Hot diggity. We have iron. We have more iron. And we already settled it, basically. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. They're coming to deal with this. Taurus can make great vampire castles. That's factually correct. That'd be a great vampire castle. Where'd we get that era score? What was that? What'd we do? Where'd we get the last 2? The tech? Because it's secret societies, so what did we get that from? Or not secret societies. Canada's friendly? Not for long. Okay. All right. We'd give ourselves a chance for the pyramids, but I don't want it right now. Yeah, it only doubles the base yields. Only. I can save discovering this for later. I could just go here. We are producing some units, but I think that we're going to want discipline to take out this camp. And this is the only other slinger I want for right now. We're going to start on our encampment. And I'm going to need to buy a tile for it, sadly. Yeah, we've got our golden age, so I can just find this later. So... yeah. It's a healthy industrial zone. Keep the quarry, keep both strategics, double mine. I could put it here for Alhambra. I think I will deliberate about this decision just a moment or two. And for you over on YouTube, that means you've got to wait to the next one. We'll go ahead and put a cut in the video here for now. Hopefully you're enjoying the start of this game. We're going to keep the over-explained early war theme going when we come back. And we're going to prepare to... He likes us, but not for long. Thank you so much if you've been watching over on YouTube. Don't forget to stop by twitch.tv/thegamemechanic and come say hi to us in person on the internet. We'll see you then.